Hi guys, my name is Miss Nekopon. How are you doing today? The slime event is finally wrapping up. Did you end up using any skip tickets for it? I know I did because it was a pretty long grind and I really couldn't do verse 11 and 12 hard reliably, so I ended up using some. If you're one of those people that are hoarding a bunch of skip ticket 2s, it is probably a good time to use them because they're gonna expire on March 7th. Now, to get to the point here, tonight, SINoALICE is going to have another new grimoire for us. This time, it is featuring a very interesting Dorothy Cleric that is actually a deep sea diver. How freaking cool is that? Now, I know most of us play this game for the, maybe provocative, beautiful, or elegant outfits that our waifus have, but, we'll see how popular this one will be. The Invader of Territorial waters is available from March 4th through the 18th, and you'll be getting Medal of Desire 3s for pulling on this banner. Let's take a look at Dorothy Cleric first as the Deep Sea Diver. It's a Cleric class, so of course it's gonna come with a ton of HP. It also comes with magical defense, magical attack, and physical attack with 100 each of those. Of course, it also comes with 100 HP, and if you get the Arcana, it's an additional 400 HP, so it will come with a total of 500 HP with the Arcana. Obviously, this class is great for anyone that's trying to beef up their HP, but also let's take a look at the staff that it comes with. So the Staff of Curiosity is very interesting because in the JP version of the staff, it was actually an 18 cost staff, and they upgraded it for us here in the global server to be a 19 cost staff. Because it is a 19 cost staff, the stats actually got a little bit beefed up. Now they're actually pretty decent, not the highest, but still pretty darn good. It's a little bit better than the JP version. Let's talk about the skills here. The Story and Coliseum skill is Staff of Protection 3 that heals 1 to 2 allies by a great amount of HP, and it also increases their magical defense by a small amount. The skill here is actually interesting because in the JP version it was Recovery Support 1, but here in Global, luckily for us, we have been upgraded to Recovery Support 2. Well, I really do like the staff, especially because magical defense buff is really good for the current magic meta. Unfortunately, it is only 1.5 targets, but it's still pretty nice because of the recovery support too. It would have made such a huge difference if this was just a 2 target, unfortunately it's not. Before you end up getting the staff immediately, I would highly suggest you to kind of preview what the spec banner will bring. It's rumored to come out with a pretty interesting and amazing staff, so I think we are actually gonna get information about the spec banner pretty soon here. I'll definitely get it. I think we will definitely get it before this banner ends, so you can make that decision yourself. Next up, we have Scritzo, which is a violin, and if you're not into music, the name actually means like a fun or playful composition in music. This is an 18 cost fire instrument and has total points of 6627. The M attack is really high here at 2329. This wonderful violin can be LL'd in the JP version of the game, and when it does, it actually upgrades to support boon 2. But for now, we don't have the option to LL in Global, so it is just a pretty nice violin. It comes with Sorcerer's Rondo too, which moderately increases the magical attack of 2 allies. Now, don't you think it's a little bit funny that it's named Sorcerer's Rondo? Because it's actually a skill that buffs instead of debuffs? I think that's kind of interesting. And for the Colo support skill, we have Weapon Repair 2, which has a fixed chance to moderately increase one of the Vanguard's physical and magical attack while providing backup. This violin is quite nice for any guild or guild member that's looking for more M attack support, so it's actually quite a nice violin. But before you run out and grab this, I'm gonna say the same thing about this instrument as I would with the staff, is that you should really consider what's in the spec banner before you grab this. The rumored instrument is actually quite lovely, and I don't want you to kind of regret spending your crystals on this if you wanted to get the one in the spec banner. So here I'm gonna post up this instrument. It's called Sound of Restraints. This is the rumored spec banner featured weapon for instruments this month. And as you can see, it's Hero's Harmony 2 that has physical and magical attack for 2 allies by moderate amounts, which is better than Scritzo already. And on top of that, it has support boon 2. Now, don't quote me on this that this will actually be the spec banner weapon. PokeLabo can change these things at any time, but don't worry, I think we are actually gonna get the spec banner information before this banner ends, so you can actually be informed and kind of think about which one you want to get. Also remember, you can't pity the weapons in the spec banner, but you can for this banner. So if you decide to roll on the spec banner, you may have enough metal desire to exchange for this banner's instrument. Next, we have an 18 cost water polearm. It has a total points of 6665 and has a pretty interesting skill here. It's called Spider Surge Water, for the story skill specifically. It deals great magical damage to 1 to 2 enemies, of course, but it has a 1.5 time effect to spider enemies. Now, I'm not sure how useful this will be, honestly, but it is kind of interesting, right? For the Call skill itself, it has Evil Hail of Assault 3, which deals great magical damage to 1 to 2 enemies and increase your own magical attack by a small amount. The support skill here is actually quite interesting because it has been upgraded from the JP version. In JP, it was MDef debuff, and here we get Dauntless Courage 2, which is actually very nice. Now personally for me, I feel like this polearm is a nice one, but I don't think it's extra special. The stats are kind of okay, it's pretty good, but it's not the highest. So I feel like if you're a paladin that's still trying to round out your grid so that everything has Dauntless Courage, this would be a good weapon, but otherwise I don't think this is a must-have. Next, we have Shatterer. This is a win 18 cost hammer with a total points of 6685. The physical attack here is 2267. Wind God's Force 3 is both the story and Call skill, which deals great physical damage to 1 to 2 enemies and decrease their physical attack and magical attack by a small amount. It also has the Call support skill of P attack debuff 2 that has a fixed chance to moderately reduce enemies' physical attack while attacking. This hammer is average, is okay. I don't think this is a hammer that any crusher should just be gunning for. It's not particularly interesting, so don't feel pressured to roll on this at all. Finally, that is all for the weapons, but I want to leave you with some final thoughts. This is not a stat banner, so you might not get what you want at all. Personally, I don't think any of these weapons are worth rolling on without the step up, but that is entirely up to you. Also, the other thing is spec banners are around the corner, so those weapons are typically the best, or if not the best, very, very good, and cannot be sparked. So my recommendation is to wait for that banner and see what the weapons will be, and then decide if you want to pull on this one or that one. Finally, we have a new entry period for the Royal Creator Support Campaign. So if you didn't win in the first entry period in February, you have another chance to win now in March. You have a chance to win 100 Twilight Crystals, so make sure to fill out the questionnaire linked in the description box down below. And hey, mobile users, I hear you about not being able to see the link inside the description box. So I made a shortened link for you that you can just go to. It is tinyurl.com/win100tc. I'll also put a card here in case you can see that, so you can just tap right into it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What did you think of this banner? And will you be rolling on this one? What do you think of the deep sea diver outfit? I actually think it's pretty cool, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. I am so glad there isn't another +1 cost class because I am so dry, my wallet needs to recover. The slime banner was extremely exhausting to roll on, but I did end up getting all the classes, so I'm super happy. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!